Okay, okay. Naririnig na po ba ako bago tayo talaga mag-start? Kasi parang sinabi nila na wala daw boses. Okay, very good. Thank you po, Teacher Justin. Okay. Okay, thank you so much. Balik intro na lang po tayo. Okay, so hello po mga grade 7 learners and hello mga teachers kung meron nakikinig dito. Welcome na welcome po kayo dito sa ating channel. This is your free access YouTube edu creator, Math Teacher Ash. At welcome po sa ating part 3 ng discussion in terms of the module discussions natin na series. And for today, we will be discussing the third part of the quarter 2 for the grade 7 modules, and this is all about the evaluation of algebraic expressions as well as the addition and subtraction of polynomials. So in this video, you will hello Limino. Alright. Nandito pala si Limino. Bongga. Alright. So in this video, my dear math learners, you will learn a lot of things. Okay? Ano nga ba yung mga bagay na matututunan niyo for today? Though medyo late ang ating discussion because of some errands that I attended earlier, I have no intention na hindi ituloy ang ating discussion for today because I'm sure na malaking tulong itong live discussions natin sa mga modules para sa ating mga minamahal na students. So, dito, for this lesson, which is the algebraic expression, evaluation, as well as addition and subtraction of polynomials, ang gagawin natin dito ay magsosolve kaunti. Okay? Napakadali lang. But, if ever you don't have any concrete or foundational basics ng algebraic expression as well as polynomials, you can go back to our discussion last week, which is all about the language of algebra. So in that topic, you will learn what is the difference between the algebraic expression as well as the polynomials. Okay? So, my dear math learners, napakadali lamang ng topic na ito. Ang gagawin lang natin ay magsosolve kaunti. Alright. So, let us start the discussion. Now, in terms of the module, you will be faced with the first page, and that is the cover page. The second page is the people behind on this module, as well as on the third page is the title page, which is just what I've said about the evaluation, addition, and subtraction. And on the fourth page is the introductory message for the facilitator, those are the teachers, and for the learners, kayo yon mga students. Okay. Next is we have the fifth page, and what is this all about? Now, in this fifth page, we will be knowing what are the objectives of the module. Ano nga ba yung matututunan natin sa module na ito? So, number one, my dear math learners, is we will identify the steps. Ano ba ang mga steps na dapat sundin sa pagsusolve, pag-add, pagma-minus, pagta-times, multiply? Dito nyo malalaman. Okay. Next is how to evaluate. When we say evaluation, ano bang gagawin? Okay. Third is how to add and subtract polynomials. And fourth is to solve problems involving addition and subtraction of polynomials. After the objectives being taught to you or being presented to you, next is the pretest. Now, in this pretest, my dear math learners, itetest kayo whether you have a prior knowledge o meron bang stock knowledge yung utak ninyo about this topic, itong algebra. Okay, marunong ba kayong mag-add, mag-minus kapag meron ng mga constant, meron ng mga variables, ganun. Okay? So, this is still a multiple choice item. So, test 1 is 5 items about evaluation of algebraic expression. And then test 2 is the simplification of polynomials. So, ABCD pa rin yan. So, kung ano yun lang yung kaya nyo, my dear math learners, just do it. Okay? Kung ano lang yun. So, no pressure, just answer what you can. Okay, next is the introduction, or how do we introduce the topic. So, the first is the evaluating of algebraic expression. So, when we say evaluating algebraic expressions, this means that, to make the long story short, kukuha ka ng value ng isang letter or ng isang variable, tapos ipapasok mo doon sa given expression or sa given polynomial. So, ang gagawin mo is, kung merong x doon sa polynomial na yon, tapos may value ang x na binigay, what you will do is you substitute. You substitute the value of x or the x given to the value given and then simplify. Ganun lang kadali, my dear math learners. Okay. Question is how? Okay, so meron tayong susundin na mga steps. Okay. So first is what you need to do is number 1, you need to consider the given expression. May nakikita ka bang bracket? May nakikita ka bang parenthesis? Kung meron, ang una mong gagawin is kung ano yung nasa loob ng bracket na yon or ng parenthesis na yon, yun ang una mong isosolve. Yun ang una mong isisimplify. Nakuha? Alright. Next is, ang next mong gagawin is, pag natapos mo nang isolve yung bracket na yon, specified bracket na yon, next thing you should do is, tingnan kung merong mga powers, yung mga exponents. So let's say, kung merong exponent na 2, so multiply by itself yun. Kung merong exponent na 3, multiply 3 times to itself yun. Kung meron namang mga square root, kunin mo din ang square root ng given na yun. Okay? So, after the parenthesis, next is the powers and the roots, if ever meron din. After nyan is to solve yung mga multiplication and division ng mga operation. Again, after ng exponents or after ng exponents at saka roots, the next thing to do is to check kung meron bang times or meron bang divide. Yun ang next mong gagawin. But, ito ang but. Regardless kung times or divide, as long as you start from left to right. Magsisimula ka mula sa kaliwa papunta kay kanan para kang nagbabasa. Okay? So, ang gagawin mo dito, my dear math learners, is pag meron ka makitang 5 times 3 divided by 3, sino ang nauna? So, si times, right? So, 5 times 3, that is 15 divided by 3, that is 5. So, 5 ang sagot. Pero what if baliktad so what if ganito ang pagkakabigay? 5 divided by 5 times 10. Anong una mong isosolve? So, technically, sa old natin na ruling, yung PEMDAS, parenthesis, exponent, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction, di ba, nauna si M bago si D, MDAS, tama? Inuuna si multiplication bago division. Now, in our new order of operations, when the multiplication and division is visible, nakikita natin, you will always start from left to right, regardless kung multiplication yon or division. Now, if ever 5 divided by 5 times 10, ang una mong gagawin is 5 divided by 5. That is 1. Then 1 times 10 is 10. Okay. So, ganon lang kadali, my dear math learners. Okay. So, now, let's consider this example. We have here, let us now evaluate the expression. Ay, sorry. Nakalimutan ko. After kay multiply at kay divide, next naman doon is si sum at saka si difference. Meaning, si plus at saka si minus. Regardless pa rin kung ano yung operation, plus ang nauna or minus ang nauna, as long as you start from left to right. Okay. Alright. So now let us continue. We have here the given expression, 5y plus 4. Now, ang value daw ng y, okay, since given here, the given here is 3. Sorry ha, medyo na ano lang ako, na alibadbaran lang ako medyo sa parang pick up noise ng ano ko. Okay, anyway. So 5y plus 4. So since we have 5y here plus 4, ang value daw ng y natin ay 3. So ang gagawin mo ay isa-substitute mo lang si y by 3. Okay. So hindi mo naman pwedeng ilagay 5, 3. Magiging 53 na yon. So, you will put a parenthesis. Okay, so 5 parenthesis 3 plus 4. Now, what does this mean? Okay, so meron tayong parenthesis dito. Anong uunahin? Diba sabi, unahin is parenthesis. Pero sa parenthesis, my dear math learners, uunahin mo lang siya if and only if merong value sa loob. Okay? Merong operation. Merong operation. However, itong given dito na 3, walang operation ito. So, next ka na. Next operation ka na. Next operation is powers and roots. Wala tayong exponent dito. So, next step ka na. Multiplication and division. Okay, so, we have here 5, 3. What does that mean? Pag ang number, tinabihan pa ng number, it means multiply. So, 5 times 3, that is 15. Okay, tapos, after sa times at saka sa divide, ang i-next mo daw is i-add at saka i-minus. So, we have here plus 4. So, we have 15 plus 4. The answer is 19. So, that is your evaluation for this given expression if your y is equal to 3. Okay. Now, ito naman ang tanong. Can we say that 5y plus 4 is equal to 5 times the quantity y plus 4 with the same value of y, which is 3? Okay. So, ito naman daw ang given. Palaki natin konti. Okay. So, we have here 5 times the quantity y plus 4. Kanina, ang ginawa natin, 5 plus y. Tama? Okay. 5 plus y. So, what do we do here, my dear math learners, is, ang gagawin mo, since ito nasa loob ng parenthesis, ito yung part. Ayan, y plus 4. So, uunahin mo talaga muna isolve si 3 plus 4. So, 3 plus 4 is 7. Then, after that, since wala nang nasa loob ng parenthesis na isosolve, therefore, you go to the next step, which is powers. Wala namang powers dito. You go to the next step, and that is product or times. So, that is 5 times 7, and that is 35. So, as you can see, sa unang expression, 19 ang sagot natin. Sa pangalawang expression, 35. That means na si 5y plus 4 ay hindi pareho sa 5 times the quantity y plus 4. Okay? So, I hope you get that, my dear math learners. Alright. Let us continue. Okay, so we have here 8x squared plus 3 when x is equal to 3. Mahilig sila sa 3. Alright. So, how do we do this? So, of course, ang gagawin mo is, okay. So, of course, ang gagawin mo dito is, i-divide lang, isa-substitute natin ang x by 3. So, we have 8 quantity, or the parenthesis, 3 squared plus 3. Okay. So, ito nang tanong ngayon. Ano ang mauuna? Of course, you start with the parenthesis. Meron bang operation sa loob ng parenthesis? Wala. Okay. So, ano next? Powers. So, we will start first with 3 squared before we will multiply it to 8. So, hindi mauuna si 8 times 3. Ang mauuna ay si 3 squared. So, 3 squared, that means 3 times 3. And the answer for that is 9. Okay? So, 9 times 8, of course, 72. Then, 72 plus 3. My dear math learners, follow always the steps in the operation of the order of operations. Kasi kung hindi ka magpa-follow sa step ng order of the operations, magiging mali yung sagot mo. Okay? So, 72 plus 3, that is 75. Ganun lang kadali, my dear math learners. Okay. So, how about this one? What if dalawang variable? 2x plus y. Okay. So, 2x plus y. Yung x mo daw ay negative 4. Yung y mo ay negative 3. Paano mo i-evaluate ngayon ang expression na ito? Of course, dahil meron kang dalawang value ng variable at dalawang variable din, so si x ay papalitan ng value ng x. Si y ay papalitan ng value ng y. So, ang gagawin mo is to write 2, copy mo lang. Yung plus, copy mo lang din. Okay? So, ang gagawin mo is yung si x, papalitan mo ng negative 4 kasi yun ang value ng x. Si y naman ay papalitan mo ng positive 3. Kasi yun ang value ng y. Okay. So, you just simplify. Now, kung titingnan mo ito, anong mauuna? Alright. So, uunahin mo talaga si 2 times negative 4. Now, baka magsabi ka, Sir Ash, may minus 4 man sa loob. Hindi yan minus 4. Negative 4 yan, my dear math learners. Okay? So, I hope Iba ang pagka-conceptualize ninyo ha sa negative at saka sa minus. Kung may number tapos merong ganito na sign, minus sign, tapos may number, minus yun siya. Pero pag walang number, tapos may sign na minus, tapos number, it means negative ang value nun. Okay. So, negative 4 times 2, that is negative 8. Negative 8 plus 3. So, you just follow the rules in adding integers. So, if it is unlike sign, so you copy the sign of the bigger absolute value. Okay? Since here is 8, yung mas malaki kaysa sa 3. Okay, so copy mo ang sign ni 8, which is negative. And then, subtract the values. 8 and 3 is 5. Okay, so the final answer is negative 5. Ganon lang kadali, my dear math learners. Okay, so how about this one? We have to evaluate c cubed minus 2b plus a. So, tatlo naman. Of course, ganun lang din ang gagawin mo. Sa-substitute mo si c by 3, si b by negative 5. Nakulangan ito ng equals dito. Let's be understandable na lang to our people behind the module. And for our a is negative 12. So, pag sa-substitute natin, so si c is 3, so we have 3 cubed. Si b ay negative 5, so negative 2, copy lang. Or minus 2, copy lang. Then times negative 5. Okay. And then we have negative 12. So copy lang si plus, tapos si a ay negative 12. So plus negative 12. Okay. Then you go to the next, to the order. What is the order? You start with the exponent. So may exponent dito, 3 cubed. So we have 3 times 3 times 3. Not 3 times 3 lang. It's 3 times 2 itself. So 3 times 3 times 3, and that is 27. Negative 2 times negative 5, okay? That is positive 10. Positive, which is this one, times negative, that is negative 12. So when you simplify them, 27 plus 10 minus 12, you start from the left to right, okay? 27 plus 10, that is 37. Minus 12, that is positive 25. Okay? At ganon lang kadali, my dear math learners. Okay. So, how about this one? Kapag dalawa namang quantity ang binigay. So, ganon lang din. Isa-substitute mo lang sa given. So, we have x as our negative 2. Y is positive 8. So, we have negative 2 plus 5. And on the other quantity, we have 8 minus 4. Now, ang tanong ngayon, Sir Ash, dalawa man ang merong quantity. Sinong uunahin ko dito? Pwede mong unahin dalawa. Okay? So, ikaw bahala kung gusto mong unahin ito or gusto mong unahin ito. Alright? So, you can solve them or pwede mo din silang isabay sa pag-solve. Katulad nito. So, negative 2 plus 5, the answer is positive 3. 8 minus 4, the answer is positive 4. So, sabay sila. Sinimplify. Then, ang natira sa bawat parenthesis, yung sagot, and of course, when we say parenthesis, it means we are multiplying. So, therefore, 3 times 4 is positive 12. Alright. Easy, right? Easy lang talaga, my dear math learners. Okay, and now let us go to the next objective, which is how do we add and subtract polynomials? Okay, so paano nga ba mag-add at mag-subtract ng polynomials? Okay. So, when adding and subtracting polynomials, you can also use the algebra tiles. Okay, so example like this one. But somehow, for me, I do not usually do this one because, of course, kung magdo-drawing ka pa ng ganito, matatagalan ka. Tama? But for this sake na lang, ano bang ibig sabihin to? Okay, let us discuss. Okay, so there is a representation. So, this small square, which is black square, that is positive 1, and yung white square naman is the counterpart of that, that is negative 1. Ito namang rectangle is x, ito namang positive x, at ito namang white na rectangle is negative x. Now, a bigger square is x squared, and a bigger square that is white, that is negative x squared. Okay. So, palitan natin konti para at least mas mabasa ninyo. Alright? Okay. So, when we say 4x squared plus x squared, so ang gagawin mo, since 4x squared is positive, so 4 na x squared yun. So, 4 na malalaking square na black. At plus plus x squared. Isang x squared lang pinag-uusapan doon. So, maglalagay ka lang din ng ganyan. And then, what you will do is you just add them. So, ilang ano na yun lahat? So, that will become 5x squared. And another representation is this one, 3x minus 4x. So, 3x. Alright? So, tatlong black na rectangle. And then, negative minus 4x. So, of course, apat na white na rectangle. Pero technically, ito medyo nagkakaroon na ng discrepancy, my dear math learners, right? Because of the existence of this one, okay? Because of the existence of this one, parang nawawala na ang idea nito. Because when we say minus 4x, that is minus positive 4x. So that is another, this should be another 4 black rectangles, right? But somehow, yun nga, because of this idea, nagkakaroon na ng mga changes. Technically, ano ba ang ibig sabihin nitong algebra tiles? Sabi nila, pag ipapares mo yung dalawang magkaparehong sukat ng hugis, tapos magkaiba ng kulay, ang lalabas nun ay 0. So, pag ipapares mo itong maliit na square na black at saka puti na square na black, puti na square na black. Okay, anyway. When we say black square at saka white square, pag ipapares mo sila, magkapareho ng sukat, magkaiba nga lang ang kulay, ang lalabas dyan ay 0. Okay, 0. So, therefore, magiging 0 ito. Pag ito naman ipapares mo, magiging 0. Kapag itong dalawa naman ipapares mo, magiging 0. So, yun. Therefore, ito dito, dapat wala na itong minus. Kasi, the white rectangle is already represented by minus. So, therefore, tatlong black na rectangle, apat na white na rectangle. Para pag ipapare sila, ang sagot dito is isang white na rectangle na walang pares, and that means negative 1x or negative x. Okay? So, yun dapat ang sagot niya. Okay, so let's continue. So, what if ganito ang pagkakaano nila? So, we have here 2x squared minus 5x plus 2. Ito yan, dalawang malaking square. 5x, negative 5x. So, negative 5. So, 5. Limang white. Then, positive 2. Dalawang itim na maliit na square. And then, i-add mo daw sa tatlong malalaking square at saka sa dalawang malalaking rectangle. So, ano kaya magiging sagot? So, based on this given, ang sagot dito ay 5x squared because this is represented by x squared. 5x squared. At dahil hindi sila magkapareho ng kulay, ipapares mo ang dalawang ito. Okay, ito dito. Ipapares mo dito. So, ang matitira, tatlo na lang dito. Okay? So, 5x squared minus, bakit minus? Kasi puti ang natira. Minus 3x plus 2. Okay? So, ganun lang kadali, my dear math learners. Okay, so rules in adding polynomials. Ano nga ba? Okay. Of course, when you add polynomials, para ka lang nag-a-add ng apples. Okay, or lapis. Example, isang apple at saka isang lapis, hindi mo pwedeng i-add. 1 apple plus 1 lapis. Ang sagot doon ay 1 apple and 1 lapis. Gets? Okay. So, technically, paano mo magiging 2 yun siya? Of course, pag may isang apple plus may isang apple, then those are 2 apples. May isang lapis at may isang lapis, then those are 2 lapis. Okay? Or 2 pencils. But when 2 things are being added together, but they are not the same, then you can use the word and. Okay? Or use the, in this case sa algebra, you can use the operation plus. For example, we have x squared added to 5x. The first given is x squared. Power of 2 yun. Yung second given is 5x. Power of 1 yun. So, power of 2 cannot be added or subtracted to the power of 1. So, hindi mo sila pwedeng i-add, pero pwede mo sila pagsamahin with the use of a plus or a minus, depending on the operation. Okay? Example, we have here. Simplify 4x squared minus 5x plus 2. plus the quantity negative 2x squared plus 7. So, kung titingnan mo ito, my dear math learners, okay, sorry, palalakihin lang natin. Alright, yan. Okay. So, kung titingnan natin to, my dear math learners, ang 4x squared, yung term na merong power of 2, yun lang din ang pwedeng ma-add sa kanya or mapagsama sa kanya. Okay? So, we have here 4x squared, we have here negative 2x squared. So, yan sila pwedeng pagsamahin. So, positive 4 minus 2x. Okay? So, therefore, ang sagot, positive 2x squared. Kasi, negative yung isa. Yung isa, positive. Pag i-add mo, magiging minus yun. Okay. Next, we have negative 5x. This is in the power of 1. Kasi, ang exponent ito, 1. Dito, meron bang x? Wala. Wala itong variable. Ito, wala ding variable. So, you just copy this 1. Kapag wala siyang kasama, then you just copy. So, we have minus 5x. Next, ano pang mga numbers na hindi natin napagsama? Itong positive 2 at itong positive 7. Since this is positive 2, walang variable. Ito naman positive 7, wala ding variable. So, therefore, 2 plus 7, that is 9. And that is positive 9. Hello, Christian J. Okay. So, ganun lang kadali, my dear math learners. So, the same concept, pwede mo silang i-add vertically. Yeah, vertical. Horizontally pala. Okay. You can add them horizontally. And you can add them vertically. Okay. Patayo, vertical. Yeah. Yan, kakalimutan ko na. Anyway, so, there are two ways to solve. Okay, my dear math learners, napakadali lang. So, how about this one? Example number 2. The length of two ropes are, yan, ang first given in meters, and ito naman ang first given in meters. Now, question is, find the sum of their lengths. So, when we say sum, we are adding. So, what you will do is you just add these two given expressions or polynomials. So, 8x squared, you have 2x squared. So, they are both in the second power. Ang tawag dyan, quadratic term. So, you could add them. The answer is positive 10. X squared. This is the one. Alright. Okay. So, how about this one? 5x. The linear term. Ito naman, negative 9x, the linear term. So, 5x plus negative 9, 5 plus negative 9, they are unlike terms at ang mas malaki ay 9. So, therefore, minus tayo. Negative ang sagot. Negative 4x. Okay, and that is the one. So, minus 4x. And finally, we have negative 2 plus negative 5. So, dalawang negative pinagsama. So, negative pa rin. So, negative 7. So, the final answer is 10x squared minus 4x minus 7 meters. Easy, right? Easy talaga. Okay. So, now let us continue. Okay, what are the rules in subtracting polynomials? Okay. So, ito naman ang rules in subtracting polynomials. Actually, they have the same rule in adding polynomials. The difference is, you are just subtracting. However, in subtracting polynomials, lalong-lalo na kapag merong quantity, you need to distribute the sign. What does this mean? Okay, example, we have here. So, the first given is this one. Okay, this is known as the minuend. Okay, yung number na pinagmamainusan. Ito naman, minus. Okay, ito yung operation, minus. Tapos, another expression, ito yon. Okay, anong tawag nito? That is what we call the subtrahend. Yung taga-minus. Alright. So, of course, when the minuend is subtracted by the subtrahend, okay, ang gagawin mo is to change, okay, to distribute the sign. So, this minus will be distributed to all of the three terms inside that subtrahend. So, ito, negative times 8x squared, magiging negative 8x squared. Ito yun. Okay, nakita nyo? Ito naman, negative times positive 4x. O, ito yun. Negative 4x. Ito naman, negative times negative 3. So, negative, magiging positive. So, ito din yun. Positive 3. So, therefore, ngayon, pag na-change mo na sila, okay, kasi ang ruling sa pag-minus is this. If you could still remember your rule in subtracting integers, you copy the minuend, Then, you change the sign of the subtrahend, which is what we just did right now. You change the sign of the subtrahend, and then you proceed to addition. You proceed. Next mong gagawin is to add. Okay? So, mawawala na yung minus. I-add mo na sila. Pero, of course, ipa-follow mo pa rin yung rule in adding integers. So, when it is the same sign, you copy the sign, you add the numbers. When it is unlike sign, then you subtract the values and then copy the sign of the bigger value. Okay? So, how do we do this? Okay. Parang may question yata dito. Sir, salamat sa rational algebraic expression. Negative plus x, ano to? Minus plus times divide. Huwag yun ko kasabot sa example sa module. Okay. So, ngayon ay pag-uusapan natin yan dito. Alright. So, what do we do here is ganito. So, ngayon, kinapi si Minuwen. Okay, copy. So, kinapi lang. Then, we change the sign of the subtrahend. So, from here, negative 8x plus 4x minus 3, naging kabaliktaran. Negative 8x squared minus 4x plus 3. Okay? And then, you proceed to addition. So, kaya ang minus dito, you can see, ang minus dito ay naging plus dito. Okay, so paano ba mag-add? So, the same pa rin kanina. So, napag-usapan natin, when we are adding, we add like terms. Pareho ng terms. So, pag quadratic term, i-add sa quadratic term. Pag linear term, i-add sa linear term. Pag constant term, ina-add sa constant term. So, sir, ano bang ibig sabihin ng mga quadratic term, linear term, at constant term? Okay, constant term, yun yung number na walang katabing variable. Pwede mo lang siya pagsamahin kapag meron kang number na walang katabing variable. Okay, klaro yun. In this case, ang number na walang katabing variable, ito, si plus 3. So, si plus 3, wala na siyang kaparehong number na walang variable, so you just copy this into your final answer. Simple. Next, linear term. Ito yung number na walang exponent, pero may variable. Okay, so, technically, ito yung mga variable with the first degree. Pero imaginary lang, hindi na nasusulat yung exponent, pero meron talaga yung 1. So, anong mga example nun? Ito yun sila. Negative 7x at saka negative 4x. So, pagsasamahin mo lang, negative 7 at saka negative 4, pareho negative. So, you copy the sign and then you add 7 and 4. That is 11. Since meron siyang x, so, you copy the x. Negative 11x. Easy, right? Easy, right? Okay. And finally, we have here the quadratic term. The term with the variable in the second degree. So, yung mga exponent na 2. So, 6x squared at saka negative 8x squared. So, since 6x squared at saka negative, unlike sign sila, ma-minus mo silang dalawa, 8 at saka 6, ang sagot 2. However, sino nga ba ang mas malaki ang value? That is 8. Ano ang sign ni 8? Negative. So, we have negative 2x squared. Napakadali lang, my dear math learners. So, your final answer is this one. So, you could solve them horizontally or vertically. Patayo or pahiga. Okay? So, basta ang lagi nyo lang tatandaan is when you are adding polynomials, you combine like terms. When you are subtracting polynomials, you change first the sign of your minuend and then you proceed to addition. Okay? Of course, when you proceed to addition, ipa-follow mo pa rin ang combined like terms. Parehong x squared, parehong x, at parehong walang variable. Yun lang, kadali. Okay. Now, we go with our last objective, which is solve problems involving addition and subtraction. So, kanina sa addition, nag-solve tayo ng word problem doon about meters. Ngayon naman, subtraction. So, we have here, a boy has a stick that is 8x minus 3 feet long. Represent the length of the stick after 2x minus 5 feet has been cut off. Okay, so has been cut off. What does this mean? Merong given na ganito, kinuna ng ganito, cut off. So, ano na lang yung natira? Okay, so ganon. So, minus tayo. So, we have 8x minus 3 minus 2x minus 5. Okay, so of course, you copy this one. Okay, this is the first given. And then, you change the sign of the subtrahend. So, this 2x minus 5 will become negative 2x plus 5. Ulitin ko. This 2x minus 5 will become negative 2x plus 5. Binaliktad lang ang mga sign. Then, ano na ang operation ngayon? From minus, we will go to add. Okay? Change the subtrahend, then proceed to addition. Okay. So, when you add, of course, ito, vertical ito ha, negative 3 plus positive 5. Okay. Negative 3 plus positive 5. Of course, sino mas malaki? Unlike sign kasi sila, so magma-minus tayo. So, the answer is 2. Pero sino bang malaki dito na value? Si 5. Ano ang sign ni 5? Plus. So, plus tayo. Alright. 8x plus negative 2. Hindi pa rin pareho ng sign. Magma-minus tayo ngayon. So, 6. Copy lang si x. Pero, ano ba ang sign ng malaki na number? That is 8. Sir, walang sign dyan, sir. Kung walang sign kayo nakikita, ibig sabihin yan, that is positive. Okay? Ganun lang kadali, my dear math learners. So, the final answer is 6x plus 2. Alright. Easy, right? Okay, so now let us go to what you need to do. Okay, so kayo naman mga math learners, kayo ang magsosolve dito. Evaluate the polynomial 3x squared plus 2x when x is equal to 0, when x is equal to 3, when x is equal to negative 4. So, paano ba ito isosolve? Tatlong beses kayo magsosolve. Una, mag-solve kayo nito gamit ang x is equal to 0. So, alright. Then, pag nasagot nyo na yun ang sagot for A. Then now, you will solve when x is equal to 3. So, solve ka na naman dito. Alright. And then, same goes so letter C. Ganon lang kadali, my dear math learners. Okay. So, of course, I'll give you a bonus. So, paano ba i-solve? Okay, let's try to solve this letter A. So, we have x is equal to 0. So, papalitan ko to ng 0. So, 3 times 0 squared. Ano ba ang 0 squared? Of course, 0 times 0 is 0. So, 0 na ito. 0 times 3, 0 pa rin. Okay, so 0 na ako dito na part. I have here 2 times 0, 0 pa rin. So, 0 plus 0, of course, 0. May sagot na kayo sa letter A. Alright, how about number 2? Find the value of each polynomial when x is equal to 8. O ito, kabaliktaran naman. Itong value, 8, ipapalit mo dito sa mga x. Ng A, ng B, at saka ng C. So, of course, 12 times x, or 12x yan siya. So, 12 times x, ano man si x? 8. So, 12 times 8. Okay. So, I will try to solve here kasi medyo madali lang yung 12 times 8. Okay, dito tayo. So, what if 5 minus 4x plus x squared? Okay, so let us consider our whiteboard. Okay. So, let's try our whiteboard. Yan. So, we have here 5x minus 4x plus x squared. 5x, 5 minus 4x pala. 5 minus 4x plus x squared. Okay, when your x is equal to 8. Okay, so what you will do is you just copy the numbers. Yung x ay papalitan mo ng 8. So that will become 8 here plus 8 squared. Okay, so ganun lang kadali, my dear math learners. So ang gagawin mo lang dito is that 5 minus 4 times 8, that is, 32. Alright. Okay? And then 8 times 8, that is 64. Okay. Then you can add them from left to right. Lagyan lang natin ng equals ito. Okay? So, 5 minus 32, that is negative 27. Okay? Negative 27. Plus 64. Kasi ito muna yung sinolve ko. Para at least makita nyo step by step. Okay. So, negative 27 plus 64. So, what you will do is, so 64, since they are unlike sign, so minus tayo. Okay? So, unlike sign sila, so, ang gagawin mo is you copy the sign of the bigger value and this is positive. So, positive yung magiging sagot natin. Pero magma-minus tayo. So, 4 minus 7 cannot be. You follow the borrowing. Okay? So, that will become 14 minus 7. That is 7. Okay? Then, 6 will become 5. Then, 5 minus 2. That is 3. Okay, para hindi na maklaro. Okay, so, that is 37. So, the final answer is 37. Alright? Okay, so napakadali lang, my dear math learners. So, how do you check whether you are correct? So, 37 plus 27. So, 7 plus 7, that is 4. Carry 1. So, 3 plus 2, that is 5 plus 1. That is 6. 67. Okay, and that is correct. Okay? So, ganun lamang po, my dear math learners. Okay. Now, let us continue. Okay. Meron pa dito mga nagsabi, Sir, naghulat jud ko ganiha sa imong live, sir. Kay basi mag-answer na unta ko sa module 3. Nalibog manggug ko abi na kog alas 2 ka mag-live. Yes, I'm very sorry my dear math learners. Actually, we need to have I'm sorry. Totoo talaga is 2 PM dapat ako magla-live kanina. Kaso lang merong urgent matter na pinatawag. Okay? So, I need to finish something na kailangan i-submit. So, yun nga. Medyo naunsya may. Pero, wala akong plano na hindi mag-live ngayon. Kailangan mag-live pa rin talaga para na din sa inyo mga students. Okay? So, of course, para maano na din kayo. I'm sure that you are also tuning in to our discussion, and I am very, very happy na meron ako nare-reach out ng mga students. And I hope mas marami pa na ma-reach out ang channel natin. Okay? So, let us continue. We have here, evaluate 4x minus 3 over 3y minus 4. Okay, how do you solve this one? When you're A, okay, so tatlong beses ka pa rin magsusolve nito. So, you're in A, x is 1, si y is negative 1. In B, x is 2, y is 3. In C, x is negative 3 when your y is 6. Okay, so first, para hindi kayo malito, my dear math learners, solve nyo muna ito. Okay? So, papalitan nyo ang x ng 1, papalitan nyo ang y ng negative 1, then solve. So, for letter A, we have 4 times 1, that is 4. 4 minus 3, that is 1. Okay, yun ang sagot sa numerator. How about sa denominator? Negative 1. So, 3 times negative 1, that is negative 3. Negative 3 minus 4, that is plus negative 4. So, that will become negative 7. So, therefore, 1 over negative 7 ang sagot sa part na letter A. Okay? Again, 1 over negative 7 or negative 1 over 7. Pwede lang ma-interchange ang negative sign dyan. Okay? So, I hope nakuha nyo ang letter A. Now, how about letter B? So, sa letter B, ganun pa rin ang situation. Palitan nyo si x ng 2, palitan nyo si y ng 3. Tapos, isosolve nyo and then simplify. Ganun lang kadali, my dear math learners. Okay. Now, ito naman, this is a table. So, what will become the value of y gamit ang ito na expression if your x is negative 3, if your x is negative 2, if your x is negative 1, if your x is 0, and if your x is 1. So, grabe talaga ang mathematics, hindi makamove on at nagde-discuss pa rin kay x para lang makuha si y. Alright. Okay. So, let's continue. Let's try to solve. Okay, anong gusto niyo i-solve natin dito? Okay, let's try negative 2. Okay, negative 2. So, we have here 12 minus 3 times negative 2. Okay, 12 minus 3 times negative 2. So, paano ba i-solve yan? Okay, let's try here. Teka, erase muna ako ha. Ganito talaga pag live. Okay. Alright. Okay. So, we have here y is equal to 12. Y is equal to 12 minus 3x. Yung x daw natin ay negative 2. Okay? Yung second, ang try natin sagot. So, ang gagawin mo dito is y is equal to 12 minus 3 times negative 2. So, negative 3 times negative 2, of course, pareho sila negative, magiging positive 6 yun. So, 12 plus 6, of course, ano bang ang sagot kapag i-add mo si 12 by 6? Okay, so that is 18. And that is your final answer, my dear math learners. Okay, so ganon lang kadali, my dear math learners. Okay, so now, we have here, let us add and subtract, buddy. Okay, so ganon lang din ang gagawin mo. So, how do you add the following polynomials? So, can you add this one? Okay, hindi mo yan siya ma-add. Now, ang question, Sir Ash, paano pag hindi ma-add? Copy. Okay, copy. You just copy it. Okay, copy again. So, x plus 5y is equal to x plus 5y. Alright. So, ganon lang siya, my dear math learners. How about this one? 4xy plus 10xy. So, pareho sila xy. Okay. So, you can add 4 plus 10, that is 14xy. Okay, so ganun lang din, my dear math learners. Pagsasamahin mo lang kung ano yung magkapareho ng variables. Okay, or kapareho ng terms. Now, how about I'll subtract? So, of course, when you subtract, you change the sign of the subtrahend. So, there is a 1 here, okay? 1ab minus 8ab. So, 1 minus 8. So, you change the sign of the subtrahend. So, 8 will become negative. The minus will become plus. So, 1 plus negative 8. The answer is negative 7. Okay, so negative 7ab. Okay, ganun lang kadali, my dear math learners. So, ito naman, pareho sila may x squared, y squared, x squared, y squared. So, 23 minus 35. 23, tatanggalan mo ng 35. So, para makakautang ka talaga. So, the same concept lang ito sa real life setting, di ba? Meron kang 23 pesos, pero hiniraman ka ng kaibigan mo ng 35 pesos. So, ibinigay mo yung 23. Pero, kulang pa rin yung gusto niyang hiramin. Tama? Ano, ilan ang kulang? Okay, so, that is 12 pesos. So, therefore, since that is kulang, so that is negative 12. Okay, so negative 12 x squared y squared. Okay, my dear math learners. So I hope you can answer that one. So we have here, if you solve the problem, if you have 100x cubed minus 5x squared plus 3 pesos in your wallet, and you spend. So meron kang pera, you spend. Okay, so how much money is left? Okay, so of course, concept of this one, may pera ka, ginastos mo, ilan ang natira? So, anong operation yon? That is very good. Subtraction, my dear math learners. So, isa-subtract mo lang itong dalawang given. Alright! Okay. So, let us practice more. So, what is the secret? So, ito, maganda ito na mga activities, my dear math learners. Kasi ang gagawin mo is, ito siya, pag isosolve mo ito dito, yung sagot ay hahanapin mo dito. Okay, may mga letters yan. Alright. So, example, we have here, 10xy minus 8xy. So, 10xy minus 8xy. Pareho lang sila. Tama? So, 10 minus 8, that is 2xy. So, may 2xy ba dito? Hindi ko makita. 2xy. Wala yata sa given. Ay, wala sa choices. 18xy? Bakit 18xy dito? 10 minus 8xy. Hindi 18xy. It's 2xy. Oh my God. Ayan. Ayun, 2xy. Ayan, 2xy. Letter T. So, ito ay number 6, right? So, saan si number 6 dito? So, dito ilalagay mo letter T. O, yan. May mafo-form na video dyan or may mafo-form na number dyan. Or, sorry. May mafo-form na words dyan. Okay. So, yun ang magiging secret message para sa inyo, my dear math learners. Alright. So, ganun lang kadali. And now, we have here the let us remember. So, parang ano na yan siya? Ano tawag nito? Generalization or conclusion sa ating topic. So, in evaluating algebraic expression, you have to remember the PEMDAS, parenthesis, exponent, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. But always remember, the order is always from left to right for multiplication and division, as well as for addition and subtraction, left to right. Okay, so si PEMDAS ay pwedeng maging si PEDMAS, pwede din siya maging si PEDMSA. Okay, so depende yan siya. Okay, so order pa rin talaga. Okay, and next part of that one is your post test. A, B, C, D lang po. You try to answer this one. You have the choices from A, B, C, and D. And I'm sure, my dear math learners, kayang-kaya nyo nang sagutin yan. Okay, of course, meron pa rin itong another word problem, pero you can still answer it by this one. So, A, B, C, D lang po. So, if ever this is your given, and then ito yung value mo, 0. So, you just solve this one. Simplify. Ano ang sagot kaya? A, B, C, or D? Ganon lang. Kadali, my dear math learners. Alright. So, another A, B, C, D for the polynomial, addition and subtraction. Ganon pa rin. And then we have here, let us enhance. This is a performance task for the students. And if ever, plano ng teacher ninyo whether to do this one or not. Depende na yon sa teacher ninyo. For me and my students, hindi kami gumagamit ng mga let us enhance part dito because we have other part of the discussion or other performance tasks na binibigay ko sa kanila. And they already know that one. And I'm proud of you, my dear students. Okay, shout out sa inyong lahat. But since this is all about the grade 7, so I'm sure you just ask to your teachers whether to do this one or not. Okay, so you just follow the instructions. And then after that, you have your reflections. You have the heart, you have the share. So what do you want to, what did you love? What are the 3 things you learned about the lesson? And you can share, react, or 2, and write 2 real life situations where you can apply this in algebraic expression to the real life settings. Okay, and the next is the answer key. So ganun lang kadali, my dear math learners. Okay, so I hope klarong-klaro na sa inyo ang lesson natin about this one. So, you have the reflection, you have the let us enhance for the performance task, and you have the post-test ABCD. So, I hope na nakuha niyo ang paano siya sagutin. Okay? And we have also have here the puzzle for the let us practice more para mas maintindihan niyo talaga. So, I hope, my dear math learners, you have a wonderful time na natutunan ngayong gabi, and I'm very sorry for being late sa ating live discussions. But tomorrow for the grade 9 students, we will be discussing the quarter 2, module 3 for grade 9. But we will do it in 2 p.m. Okay? 2:00 ng hapon. Okay? So, ngayon lang tayo nagkaroon ng, and if ever there are, anong tawag dyan? I will be giving news or updates para at least alam nyo kung ano yung mga changes sa schedules natin sa ating discussion. So, if you do have some questions, you can always put your inquiries in our comment section below. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you so much for your support. I hope this can reach out more students, so please click the subscribe button if you are new to this channel, as well as click that notification bell for you to be updated of these wonderful math videos na ginawang easy para sa inyo ni Math Teacher Ash. Okay, and if you like this video, I hope you also click that like button. Thank you so much, God bless, and always remember, it is fun to learn mathematics if we are together learning. Thank you so much, God bless, and keep safe always.
We'll take a little trip over yonder, so I can take a look around at what you've seen. I can see from where I am you're on an adventure.